Ryan, just before we talk about the new faces, Chris Chester's update this morning has revealed that Liam Hood has been hospitalised with a neck injury. How big a blow is that? How scary is that for?
Yeah, real bad, mate. Like I was real scared for him. It's a huge blow for our rugby league club and team because he's such an influential player for us. He's such a leader on and off the field, and every time he's played this year, we've played really well. So there's no secret. He's a common denominator for us in our performances. But yeah, look, his health and safety and welfare is the most important thing right now. So yeah, seen him in hospital yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, and he's improving a lot, and he's getting there. But yeah, quite scary, and we just got to make sure that we get him right in that area first, and we don't worry about rugby league.
Was there a fear that he might have suffered a fracture? It could have been.
I'm pretty sure the feedback was the amount of ligament damage he had in his neck. It was amazed that he hadn't broken his neck, and they haven't really seen someone do that much damage but not break it. And yeah, it was a really weird scenario, to be honest. He finished the game, he got off the bus, he went home, picked up his daughter, had dinner with his mum and dad, went home, fed his daughter, took his daughter to bed, and just woke up with it. So yeah, it's a real strange one that it wasn't like an acute injury during the game. It was something happened and he sort of flared up real bad after the game that next morning. So it sort of caught us all off guard.
We obviously wish him well. It's incredibly scary, isn't it? On the new faces then, can we take them sort of one by one? Phoenix, Hollywood Togger guy, first of all. How did that come about?
Yeah, he was someone I'd identified pretty early in my arrival here. I like his style of play. He's from Ponty here, just in our backyard. So, sort of spoke to his dad, QLT, who I'm mates with, and I see regularly around the local area here, and just wanted to see if he was interested. And he was obviously at the Catalan, and he was getting an opportunity there, but obviously with a change of coach and just some family stuff going on for him, some personal reasons, and he was sort of keen to be closer to his family at the time. And I was super keen to get my hands on him.
And is that relatively recent in terms of it actually happening?
Yeah, relatively. Yeah, like I said, I've spoken to you every week, mate. You've been asking me what I've been doing. It's been doing a lot, so yeah, relatively. But everything. There's a lot that has to align for these things to happen.
And there's the nice synchronicity, of course. You'll be well aware of his dad's story because he joined Cass midway through or partway through a season as well, didn't he?
Did he? There you go. I'm learning new things. So
8 years.
Yeah, there you go.
8 years since, yeah.
No, his dad was a great player, so I'm sure he can, emulate what his dad did.
He scored on his debut as well.
Oh, there you go.
No pressure.
Fingers crossed, mate. Yeah, no pressure fee.
But obviously, he signed a long-term, I think it's a 3.5-year deal, isn't it?
Yeah,
Where does that leave Blake and Fletch?
We see a future in him. He's got great versatility. He can play, 5'8". He can play fullback, and something that we haven't had here for a fair while is competition for spots. Like genuinely, day one of pre-season, the team shouldn't pick itself. The team should be picked based on training and performance and daily work rate, and that's something that we're trying to build here at the club. Is people don't have a ownership on a jersey. You got to be able to perform to get that jersey week in, week out. So we're just trying to create some real competition for depth in our roster, and the more better players you have in your roster, the better you can get at that.
Tyler Dupree, Chris Chester was saying a deal was already in place from next season, so he's come early. How did that get agitated? Did you go to him and say, can you come early, or was he saying, I want to come early?
A bit of both. Yeah, a bit of both. I think, again, being away from his family, that always adds into it for these players who live in overseas. I know it's tough for them. So, and we're obviously really keen to the earlier start, the better. Get him into our system this year, and it gives us a real head start before pre-season for 27 season. So yeah, really, really good pickup for us, and he's been great this week, and he's excited to play.
Where are we? On middles, Tom Nicholson-Watton. Chesney was saying again that he was a guy that you tried, or the club had tried to sign last year. But how nice is it to get him through the door for this week at least?
Yeah, really good. Again, another good kid. He competes really hard. Been keeping a real close eye on him in the background there, and he's Leeds have been quite healthy. As you can see, they've got loan players out everywhere at a lot of clubs, so they've been pretty fortunate. But, I'm mates with Brad and had a good chat to him about Tom, and he spoke nothing but good words about him and spoke highly, and he's really excited for him to have an opportunity with us, which we're appreciative of.
And the most recent incoming, I think, is Brad Dwyer, isn't it? How did that one happen?
Yeah, again, with the hoodie thing, it makes it tricky, right? It's it was something we didn't plan for, and it sort of caught us off guard there. And your spine's critical to your performance, so we identified an area that we needed to probably strengthen. So we went after, obviously, Brad. I worked with him at Leeds, back in 2019, so I've known him for a long while, and he's a great competitor, and he's got a great work rate, and something he can bring to us is just his enthusiasm.
Fans might say, could Kane Robb or Aidan Doolan have done a job in that department?
Well, on the weekend we gave, Aidan Doolan had a big stint there, and Kane has done his syndesmosis in pre-season. He missed 12 weeks with that surgery, and then he come back and went to Batley on loan after a couple of weeks of running, and then Batley, they didn't really require his services for the last week, so he's sort of lacking a bit of footy, I suppose. So it's easy to say that, but you throw someone in that hasn't played any footy, it sounds great, but the outcome isn't exactly what you want. So we're working hard in developing those younger players, but ultimately, I want to put the best team out there I think can do the job for the club on that day. That's my job, and that's all I'm trying to do is win games right now.
4 new faces and 2 in spine positions. How many sessions will those guys have had before Thursday's game?
1. Yeah.
Oh, is that today?
Yeah.
What can you expect from them on Thursday in that?
I expect them to compete really hard for each other. I spoke to them today about it. There's no excuses from our end. It is what it is. We are where we are. So they all care really much. I've spoken to them a lot off the phone, and have been working really hard in the background with them. Obviously, it's not just the training session. You can do as much as you can away from here. So we'll continue to do that over the next 24 hours. But they know what to do. They've done it before, so they need to be able to be their best on the day. That's all I'm asking for them.
And Ryan, you said after the whole game, change was coming. This has been very quick. Change is happening right now. How much more change is there to come until you'll be happy?
Performances will tell me that, James. I mean, I'm a big believer in giving everyone a good opportunity. But we're at round 10 now. We've been consistently inconsistent in a lot of areas of our game and a lot of individual performances. And it's not a game where we're not in a professional sport, isn't one week you can be really good and do your job really well, and the next week you don't do your job really well. It's just that you can't have it to be a high-performing business that we want to be. So, I think we've had a really good sample space of time so far to see and get my feet on the ground and see who can do what. The roster will continue to shape for 27 as the year goes by, and players that are here they've got the first opportunity to show that they can do their job really well, and they want to be here, and they want to be a Castleford Tiger in the future, because we're building and we want to continue to build. So it's not, I don't have a time frame. I don't know how and where that looks, but what will happen is what needs to happen to make sure that this club gets to where it needs to get to.
Just 2 final points from me before I pass you over. Obviously, Hull KR champions. What do you want to see from your side on Thursday?
Effort and attitude. I want to see us compete really hard for every play of the game, not for one set and then have a set off, or not for one play and then have a play off. I want to see us compete for everything and go after the physical parts of the game. It's a pretty simple game. Rugby league is run hard and tackle hard, so I want to see us do the simple things really well.
And we can stop asking you about a fullback for the moment, but we can't stop asking you about Christian Papalangi's potential new deal. Any updates in that direction?
Yeah, we're very close, mate. We're very close, and we'll hopefully have some news on that in the coming days. But focused on, we've got the weekend off next weekend, so just really wanted to get through Thursday night's game, focus on the here and now, and then hopefully that can be sorted in the background over the coming days.
And that would give everyone a boost, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely, mate. He's been unreal for us. He's been a shining light in the competition, let alone for us. So, yeah, got a great relationship with Christian, and I love working with him. And I think the way where we know where we're heading, it's hard to talk about it because we need to focus on the here and now. Because there's a game tomorrow night, and that's the most important thing to me right now. But in the other part of your brain, that's what's coming. So it's good. It's good that we can hopefully secure his services moving forward, and he's someone we can really build a squad around.
As you've touched on there, you did say change was coming, and now it's coming. It's actions and not so much words. Does that give the players a kick up the backside who have been here all season if they needed one?
Yeah, maybe, mate. That's not my intent. My intent is that, like I said, I want the best for every one of my players. I want them to do really, really well. But we're in a production business. I'm in a production business. The players are in it. We're all in it. The club's in it. That's just the way it is. So, yeah, I just want to make sure that we get the results that we're working really hard for in the background. But ultimately, it's getting it done on game day.
Yeah. Could some of the players who have been on this journey since the start under you, could some of those guys have played the last game for you, or is there a way back for everyone?
Oh no, I don't write anyone off. I'm not like that, mate. I pick the team on merit each week. It's not based on my feelings towards them. I just go off the actions. It's not an emotional decision. It's more of it's a critical decision in that moment. That, like I said, your actions speak louder than how you feel about things. I just want to make sure that we have a really unemotional and professional approach to our recruitment, our retention, and how we operate as a footy club moving forward.
Yeah. I know you are low on bodies at the moment, but will you have to balance the books at some point and move some people on?
Yeah, we already have, I suppose. But yeah, that's potentially something that needs to be focused on in the background that Chesney will deal with. But yeah, I'm not focused on next year right now. I just want to focus on this week because we need to. We owe our fans, a team each week. We can't look too far ahead. We just need to focus on the here and now. And all I'm worried about is doing what the best thing is for this club and this team right now, this week, in this moment. And then next week will be a different week, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, you talk about in this moment. You got to OKR tomorrow. You backed up. After you lost heavily to Wakefield, you went to Wigan and won.
Mm-hmm.
Does that give you encouragement after what happened last week, going to the champions this week?
Yeah, I know if we get ourselves right and we get our game right, then we're a chance to win any game we go into, and that's how it should be. You should always, not be relying on the opposition being off. You got to rely on yourself being right. And I feel like last weekend we let ourselves down with discipline and errors. And when you got 30% of the ball in the first half, you're never gonna be in the fight, and especially with a man Simbin in that period too. So 30% of the ball with 12 men on the field for 10 minutes, it's not practical. But yeah, I just want to make sure that I see a performance from us that we control the controllables really well, which we didn't do last week, and we did do really well the week before that.
Yeah, and sorry, just one final one. Hooker, I've had quite a few blowout scores recently. Is it just a case of sticking with them and taking them deep because they haven't been there for a few weeks?
Oh, they're world club champions, mate. They're best team in the world as it stands. So they're a talented team. They've been consistently good for the last 12, 24 months, and we know we're going to be in for a fight. But we just got to, like I said, you get the simple parts of your game well, and you give yourself a chance.
No, good stuff. Thank you, Ryan. All the best for tomorrow.
Thanks, mate.
On Liam Hunt, do you know how long he's likely to be out for?
Mate, months. Yeah, it's months, mate. Yeah, you know what it's like with. We had it with Westy with the head stuff, it's part of the body you don't mess around with, head, neck stuff. So, and I'm never ever gonna rush that stuff back. So yeah, the longer that it takes, it's whatever it takes, and I'll get told by the medical professionals. But yeah, it's looking at a couple of months, I reckon, a few months.
Is he still in hospital?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he is, mate. Yeah. He's been in and out, mate. It's been a bit of a journey for him, but we're hopeful he'll get discharged today. But yeah, again, that's just based on a few more tests and how some things go. So we'll just make it. He's in the best hands there, so he's best off being near them.
Yeah, and it was the Wigan game. He actually did it in the Wigan game.
Yeah, he did it in the Wigan game. It was the next day he woke up on the Monday and he had he had all the symptoms and the pain and all that. So it was pretty scary for him. So yeah, it's coming up. What did we? Yeah, a week and a half now since he first sort of had that, went into hospital about it. So, but yeah, he's one of the toughest guys I've ever coached, if not the toughest I've ever coached. So for him to be in that much pain is pretty scary because he's really got a really high pain threshold and he never whinges about anything. But it's just unfortunate for him, mate, because he had his knee op done and then he worked so hard to get back in that Wigan game, come back and played big minutes with no running under his belt and just found a way to find us a win and competed so hard for us. And then, you know, the next day he has that. I just feel really bad for him.
Just a quick check on the others that were in last week's squad that have dropped out. Are they all injuries? I think that was Sammy, Jensen and George Hurst. Or have they,
yeah, Hurstfeld's HIA, so he's out for mandatory. He went off in the first 5 minutes. He's out, and then Jack picked up a neck impingement, and Jensen had a back issue. So yeah, they've all unfortunately picked up injuries. So a few in the wars, mate.
Yeah. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, mate.
All the best, bro.
Cheers, mate.
Why do you think there's been such a disparity in results? I know you were so proud of your team in Wigan, and then you get battered by UFC at home. Why do you think that is?
I've got a few reasons that the team know about, but it's not. It's a bit of a trend in the game, I suppose, Carl, at the moment. You look in the NRL even, there's a lot of teams with momentum are sort of turning that into big scores and then sort of running away with it in a lot of games, even in the Super League. You know, you see it over here too. It's sort of, I think once, you know, those six, I think we gave away 4 or 5 6-a-goes on last play. So we're about to get the ball back and then it turns into a good ball set. So you sort of, when you don't see the ball for long periods, eventually points are going to come on you. And it sort of happened to us in a couple of games this year where we just couldn't win that 50% possession back and field position, and you just feel like you're coming off your own trial in all games. So I think momentum's been a big thing, and the way the game's getting played these days with the 6-to-goes and things like that, I think that's had a huge impact on it too, I reckon. Definitely.
And I know you made 4 signs this week. Do you foresee any more in like the next few weeks or?
Oh mate, honestly, I'll focus so much on tomorrow, and then I'll wake up on Friday and we'll go again from there. So I have no idea what that's going to look like.